Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming. Guys, welcome back for everyone that's new. This is the weekly Wednesday Wargaming questions and answers. It's an off-the-cuff video, guys. What that means is I record and upload. There is no fancy editing skills. You won't see my intro symbol at the beginning. I do have a transition button, so if I need to stop filming because there's noise outside of my control, I can do that. These weekly Wednesdays are essentially a Q&A. You guys ask me questions, I answer them. They are primarily model focused, of which is primarily GW stuff, of which is mostly 40k because that's the hottest thing around at the moment. There is terrain questions from time to time as general information about myself and what's going on in the workshop. Okay, so straight off the bat, I was meant to have a game today with the boys, the father and son duo. Unfortunately, work commitments came up, so we've had to postpone that until the 24th of this month, which is nice because I'm off on holiday that whole week. But I definitely will record that because I think the more I've been thinking about the way that the three of us play, it's very unique. Follow the rules as normal, but it's just a unique way of playing a three-way game. But I'm going to record that anyway for you guys. So unfortunately I wasn't able to do that today because work commitments. So it gives me time to get other stuff done in here, and I've got a lot of stuff. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff on the table to be sorted out. Okay, so first question. This is from one of my viewers. She said, if you have a 3D printer, a model with 3D printed model with a gap, can you use green stuff to fill the gap? Now, I did answer this question for her, but I'm going to answer it again because there's more than one person that might need the same answer. Yes, you can. You can easily use green stuff to fill it. You can use milliput, which is a very nice material. It's similar to green stuff, but its initial usage, they use it to fill holes in boats and stuff like that. So yes, you fully can. But there's other things you can do as well. So it depends on what it was on the model. So those of you that have seen the Angron in this build, when I put him together, he's not a 3D print model, but when I put him together, the wing and the arm, you know, the wing connects to a fine little strip and then the arm connects on. When I put it together, I put the arm on, there was a gap. So I used hot glue to fill the gap, make it look like muscle. So it's same with a 3D print model, you can use hot glue to fill the gap, depending on what, you're trying to fill. But if you put hot glue, run super glue over it when it's dry just to seed it again. When I say seed it, it will stop the hot glue from falling away, okay, over time. You can also do things like, depending on what part of the model is, again, you can take extra cloaks or shields or, anything that could maybe look like a trophy rack or something like that and use it to glue on there to cover the gap. I've got a Death Guard Rhino that was printed for me. It was actually a misprint given to me. Yeah, cool, no worries. And all I done was take some of the cloaks from the Death Guard sprue and glue it over the hole. Now you still see bits of the hole, but it just looks like because it's Nurgle, looks like it's running away. You can do things like that. Now I'm not the best person to work with green stuff or milliput. Most of it is due to lack of experience and not using it as often as I could, or forcing myself to use it as much as I don't really have the experience of it, and I know how it works. I've seen people use it and I've seen people do amazing things with it, but I don't quite have that experience yet. Another thing you can do to fill a gap, actually thinking about it now, is the baking soda and the super glue technique. Just a little mouse just running here. Baking powder and super glue technique, sorry. Where you put super glue into the gap and you put baking powder into it, and as it dries it seals the gap, and then you just brush away the excess and then just spray it and work away as normal. The bastard, it's gone behind that polystyrene there, so now I have to move all that out. For fuck's sakes. It's the only problem I have in outside space. They avoided all the traps I have done as well. Good job. But anyway, that answers that question before the little intrusion. How are the NIDs coming? I'm going to keep pestering you until I see them on the table. Yeah. The NIDs are coming along. Not as fast as I would like. They're actually on the table now, being done. I want to try and get them on the table for next week for a game. If I set myself that deadline, I'm really going to push on them and try and get it done. There's no game this week. So, you know, I've got today, tomorrow, Friday. I could even come out here Saturday and do some because I'm not filming, because Saturday the farmers are in and out the whole day. You know, so I really want to get them pushed on there and get them finished. I'll make a list, you know, throw them against Mark, because Mark will know the ins and outs of, you know, each unit, because he plays NIDs before I learn the way it all works. So hopefully next week they'll be on the table and he can stop pestering me. Yeah, it should have been weeks ago, but just everything just distracting away. Good idea about keeping a new build in the vote for a few weeks, but how about doing that and have a faction focus for, say, the month, where you have a lot of models from one faction for the month plus the new models. That's a good idea, and someone else actually, I think there's no one actually said that to me as well, because then you can actually ensure that you're getting more models, more units for one army done. Now with the voting, I try to keep it nice in the way that it's different models every week, so it's not stagnant. It's just, you know, it's not just Space Marines, Space Marines, Space Marines. But with that said, I could actually have, there's 3 shelves there, I could have the bottom one as just one faction, like a faction focus, whether it be just Sisters or just NIDs or just, you know, Necrons or whatever it is. Because then if that is voted on, that would then just really push that army to close to the completion. I say completion, no army is ever complete, we all know that. And then have the middle one as just, you know, models, to different models from different factions, and then the top one is new builds. That's I might try that next week. What do you guys think? If you want me to do something like that, chuck on below. Yeah, because it's actually a nice way of getting things done. Because I think the only thing, do I have anything left for the Death Guard to paint? I have nothing left for the Death Guard to paint on camera. So that's actually, yeah, that's nice. I'm just thinking, because then that's one faction finished. There's a few bloke drones for me to do off camera, and a Blight Hauler I think it is, but that's that done. The World Eaters just need just the Khorne Berserkers to be painted off camera. Again, that's another one done, so I haven't got to worry about that. Just do some bits and pieces here and there. Yeah, so I might give that a go. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to bring you down and show you a data card. Now I try and review one every week. It doesn't always happen because it's just, you know, different things going on and everything else. A lot of time I'm pressed on time, but today it's time. So I'm going to bring you down and show you a data card and run through it and, you know, give you information about it. The only thing with the data cards that I show you that is for units that I've actually used, so I have a fair idea how to use them, and, you know, the best way, if there's any sneaky things to do with them, I'll give you guys a heads up. And, you know, so if you're playing that faction, you can actually look at it and go, oh, actually you're right, I'll try that out. Right, I don't think I've shown you these guys before. If I have, I do apologise, but I don't think I have. So flayed ones, okay, nice unit. I think there's 65 points if memory serves right for 5 models, which is not too bad. A 5-inch move, their toughness 4, they have a 4+ save, which isn't the best. They have 1 wounds apiece, leadership 7, and OC control 1. Now they have no ranged weapons, so it's only the flare claws, which is sustained hits 1 and twin linked. So that means when you're rolling to hit, any roll for 6 gives you an additional hit, and twin linked gives you reroll to wound. There's 4 attacks each, so if all 5 of them hit into combat, there's 20 attacks. 3's to hit, strength 4, -1 AP and 1 damage apiece. Now, they're infiltrators, So that means they can set up anywhere on the table as long as they're 9 inches away from the enemy's deployment zone and 9 inches from another enemy model. They have stealth, so when they're shot at, they're at -1 to be hit. They have reanimation protocols as normal. And funny enough, when this unit's been on the table, your reanimation protocols, there'll be one model left, and the reanimation protocols will kick in. One model will come back and hide them around the corner. And not only I've done that, when Young Jack has used Necrons on the table in the freeway battle, he's done the same thing with them. Okay, so they have their ability is actually pretty good. It's Flesh Hunger. Each time a model in this unit makes a melee attack, if the target of that attack is below half strength, a successful hit roll scores a critical hit. Okay, so best thing to do is shoot at a unit, try and get them below half strength, then these guys charge in and finish them off. Okay, so critical hit, a successful hit roll scores critical hit if they're below half strength. So what that means is, so you charge in with your 5 guys, 20 attacks. Every time you roll a hit, there'd be an additional hit because sustained hits 1. Okay, they are infantry and they're flayed ones and Necrons. Unit composition, is 5 to 10 flayed ones. Nice unit to have, especially for 65 points for 5 models. I've had games where they've just sat down the objective and been ignored because to get a target on them to shoot them, it would have exposed other models to be shot at. So, so they can be quite tasty. Maybe 3 units of these up the table would be very tasty. Right, so again, if I've shown you that already, I apologise, but I don't think I have. Now it's time for the vote. Now, what is the vote? I bring you down and I'll show you a host of models. Okay, and you comment below on this video to say what you want me to paint for next Monday's painting video. In the event of a tie, I do a dice roll. Now, Monday just gone was the Parasite and Mortrex. So there is no NIDs in the vote this week, apart from the Tyranid Winged Hive Tyrant, because that's a new build, let's build. You can vote for whatever you want, but don't say I vote for anything, because that won't count. But you can say I vote for any Space Marine or any Tyranid or any Necron or any, or you can say I vote for this guy, this guy, and this guy. Or this sister, that sister. Okay. There is a wild card vote. You'll find out what that is if it wins. There's Creator's Choice. So if nobody votes, or if you vote for Creator's Choice, then I pick the models paint, which is a difficult decision because I want to paint everything. I look at the votes at midday on Saturday for me, and then I take votes up and I just carry on, because some of you will be looking at this in a different time zone, so you'll be behind me, like in time wise. So when you're looking at it on, say, Friday, it's coming into my Saturday. There is 2 models in here that you haven't seen me build yet. They are kit bashed, and the kit bash let's build for them will be going up tomorrow. Okay, I think they're absolutely bonkers. And I like them. Actually, they are the 2 models that I actually have to paint for the World Eaters. But that's what they're for, just realising it now. So the Corn Berserkers do off camera and those guys to do. Anyway, I'm going to bring you down and show you the models. Now, if you're not sure how to spell the name, because some of them have weird names, just give me a brief description, okay? Right, so the Scorpic Destroyer's Alternative Sculpt is still in there. The Hellblaster guys for the Space Marines. The Blade Guard veterans for the Space Marines. I left the Sister Repenter in there because I love these models so bad. A lot of skin to do on these girls. The Hellions, who still need to be sprayed, they're sitting there. I chucked the Ripper Swarms in there, nice and simple. I have Dr. Octopus for Mild Crisis Protocol. We have the Wizards. Now, if these win, I won't be painting all of them. I'll just paint maybe 3 or 4 out and then start painting them. We have the Seraphim for the Sisters. We have the Necron Destroyer Lord, the Locust Destroyer Lord. I have a unit of Chaos Warriors of Michael Nogel, very old metal models. We have Chief Librarian Targaryen, and if he wins, he would be painted in ultramarine colours. I've put the alternative sculpt for the Great Demon Celestian there as well. We have the Tyranid Winged Prime, Tyranid Winged Hive Tyrant, which is absolutely a fantastic model. The wingspan on that is actually amazing. Now, the next two models I'm going to show you are the ones that are going to kit bashed, and they're going to be going up in tomorrow's video. Two kit bashed World Eaters Chaos Spawns. Absolutely amazing, with loads of legs and arms and craziness going on. Now, the World Eaters Chaos Spawns, I built them yesterday. The video was to go up yesterday, but there's a few bits on it that I had to wait to dry glue wise before I start moving around the place, and then I ran out of time, so I was like, okay, look, I'll edit the video Wednesday and put it up for Thursday. That means, because I'm putting up ahead of time, anyone that's a member will get that video a couple of hours before everyone else. Okay, it's one of the perks of being a member of the channel. So guys, if you have any questions for me, chuck them below as always. If you don't want to chuck them below because you think, oh, it's a silly question, people are going to take the piss, and right, that doesn't happen here. There is no trolls, there's no bullying, nothing like that. There is no silly questions. Okay, even if this question you ask and I've answered it 3 weeks ago, 6 months ago, you know, I'll still give you the answer, because you know, you could be new to the channel, you could be new into the hobby. There is no silly questions. If you don't want to check it below, go over to Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page. There is a message button there. Click on that and message me directly. It's good for you if you do. If you here for the first time, hit the subscribe button because it costs you nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube, shares the video with more and more people, which makes this amazing community, you guys, and it is an amazing community we have here, grow even more. If you want to support the channel even further, there is a join button below. You can click on that and become a member to the channel. Like I said, the Let's Build for those, the Kit Bash Chaos Spawns, will be going up tomorrow, and any members will get that a few hours before everyone else. So guys, thank you for watching. Questions below as always, or votes below as always. Hit the buttons for me if you're new to the channel. Until next time, take it easy.